week 1 of my second quarter, or week 11, I guess, in grad school for counseling psychology. I know you guys haven't seen any videos from me in a while. I've been having some technical difficulties, and also just transitioning into the new semester has been a little wonky, I'll put it that way. But, and I know that this video is coming out late too. But hey, I did 2 videos over the past 2 weeks when I was on break. One about anxiety and one about depression. So feel free to check those out, but there is a little trigger warning for both of those. So keep that in mind. I just hope that it's informational, educational, and maybe give some people someone to connect to, know that they're not alone in their experiences. So I was gonna say something else and my brain drew a blank. My brain is silly that way. Well, I'm back to the old hat. One, I didn't have a lot of energy to dig around all my costumey stuff to decide on something, and 2, I really like how cute this looks. This has been kind of my favorite so far. So, what else? First week in grad school. I'm now taking a course on ethics, a course of psychopathology and psychopharmacology, a course on assessment in counseling, and a course on group therapy. So, like, things that I've learned about myself, I did learn that I have a tendency to not use the word anger when describing my own feelings. I just have such a strong aversion to anger, and I almost have a moral opposition to the feeling of anger, which is inaccurate. I mean, anger is a natural emotion that pretty much every human feels, and I would like to say a lot of animals too. And it has a very important purpose. Self-protection and stopping rights violations, and if you're treated unjustly or unfairly, it's an appropriate reaction. But for me, I always I'm upset, or I'm bugged by something, or I'm feeling really irritable right now, or that it's very rare for me to use the words that I'm angry, because I'm scared how that's going to make the other person feel. Like, I don't like having my stuff stepped on or whatever. So, I mean, I don't want to rain on anybody else's parade either. So, that's something that I learned. I've been learning about a lot of things I need to work on. I have been considering taking a year off just to work on all of these things I've been noticing about myself, because I want to be the best that I can be to help other people. If I'm struggling with a lot of little issues like this, how can I have a say in helping my clients go through an issue that I haven't solved for myself yet? It's like, I feel like it's unfair for me to try and teach someone how to do something that I would not do for myself. And I guess, there's counter arguments for that too. I mean, a lot of the things I am planning on working on and I am going to do for myself, it's stuff that I will do for myself, but it's just about getting around to it, I guess. So, like, it's not like I'm trying to help my client through something that I'm not trying to get my clients to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. It's just I'm trying to teach them how to do things I haven't quite done myself yet. And I mean, that's going to be the case for a lot of people. A whole bunch of people have not had the same experiences as I have. I haven't had the same experiences as a lot of other people. So, I mean, my job is just to help them sort through things in their own way. So, if I don't really have to give advice, they kind of recommend against giving advice. So, I mean, if they come up with a problem that I haven't dealt with personally, then, like, I can just be like, well, have you thought about how you would deal with that problem? And kind of really get them thinking for themselves and helping them feel more independent. Well, that's one of the neat tricks of counseling, is to, increase clients' confidence in themselves and their own ability to get themselves back on their feet. One thing I did want to mention, so apparently I need to work a little bit harder on cleaning up the storage on my phone, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem in the near future because my fiance got me a micro SD card that I can stick in my phone, so cleaning will happen less often and we'll get less disruptions in our videos. Sorry guys, I'm working on it. But what I was saying is, my video blog for week 3 actually got rejected for monetization because apparently it is not advertiser friendly. And I don't remember anything in that week or in any of my videos besides the ones where I put trigger warnings that would not be advertiser friendly. I don't remember putting a trigger warning in week 3. So I will have to rewatch that video and see what's going on there. Anyways, I guess another thing that I've started to notice about myself now that I'm in the first week of my second quarter, I don't have a lot of energy. I sleep a lot more than I'd like. And even when I'm awake, there are times where I'm just super, super exhausted. And from what I can gather, it's could be slightly partly due to some of my mental health issues. Could be partly due to my diabetes and swings in my blood sugar. But I think the main reason is I cannot eat the amount of food that I need. It's very, very rare for me to meet my minimum calorie requirements for the day. And it's not that I'm avoiding food. It's just that I had the stomach surgery 2.5 years ago. And I just don't, I fill up really quickly. And I try to remember to eat when I'm hungry, and I eat until I'm full. I don't stuff myself anymore like I used to because it hurts my stomach and I don't want to be puking all night. But, yeah, it's been a really big struggle, and I think it's been negatively impacting how well I've been doing at school and how well I've been able to keep up with things. And I mean, I have started working with a dietitian, but at the same time, I'm really concerned, I guess. So hopefully things work out. With my many mental and physical health ailments, I have talked to the disability advisors at my school to try and get accommodations and things because, I mean, I'm just not up to par anymore. my ability is not where it used to be when I was doing my undergrad. I think it was almost 3 years ago now that I finished my undergrad. And it doesn't take much for life to kind of crash, I guess. It's been a wild ride. But, yeah, I couldn't really get any assistance from the disability advisors. All they really were willing to say is that I have to be allowed to eat in class, and I may have to leave class frequently because of, I guess they didn't really say any of the reasons why or anything. They were all secretive about it, but I mean, oh, tell the profs, I don't care. No, I have a lot of physical and mental health issues. I'm gonna struggle. But, like, I asked about, could I get some leniency with my papers and things, because, like, I might end up having a really bad anxiety attack or depressive episode or something. And the energy, I didn't remember to take my energy levels into account that I've lowered so much. And they wouldn't give me anything. But I did get diagnosed finally with ADHD back in January. Apparently, a lot of my friends who have ADHD themselves really had seen it in me for years and years and years and were shocked that I wasn't diagnosed sooner. But hopefully that will mean more help through the school with the disability advisory committee or whatever. But we'll see. That was a bit of a frustrated ramble there. Yeah, I've been really frustrated specifically with my lack of energy. And I mean, I'm trying, but it's just gonna take a while, honestly. I've been going through a lot of transitioning, and I mean, life is a constant process of change and flux. But, and I'm pretty sure other people are going through a lot of big changes too, like, and different changes. In fact, I know a lot of my classmates have been going through some pretty intense changes in their lives concurrently with trying to do school. And I mean, I don't want to say I deserve more or something because of what I'm struggling with. I just want to, as part of it is wanting to be where I was before, and that might not really be ever possible, but then part of it too is like, I struggle with a lot more than I usually let people know about, and I mean, if they'd ask, I'd tell them what I can, but a lot of the time too, it's just I don't know how to tell them what I'm struggling with, and it would probably be really helpful to get extra assistance and things I need if I was more open and flamboyant about my issues. But I mean, I don't want to rub it in everybody's faces and be like, oh, I'm sick, help, give me bonuses. Like, no. It's hard to find that balance. But anyways, I think I've been rambling on long enough now. Any feedback is appreciated, as always. And you guys remember to take care of yourselves. Be selfful. I'm gonna repeat that every time I do a video because that's something I need to work on myself. Self-care. It's important. Have a good week, everybody.